Hey guys, welcome
Hey
to
guys.
another Q&A session with Lori and I. We're so glad that you could make it. I know with so many different people living in so many different time zones across the world,
That's right.
it does get a little difficult when it comes to fitting everybody's schedule. But we tried our best to get everybody to be able to watch it. And of course, it'll still be on the channel.
That's right. You can always watch it later if you didn't get a chance to catch it.
So what are we talking about tonight? I can't remember.
Well, you maybe purchased a pretty significant
Yes,
vehicle
this
recently.
is true. So tonight's topics, we wanted to kind of revolve it around. We got a Type RA. I wound up getting my dream Subaru, a Type RA. We got the 100K celebration coming up because guess what? I think we're very, very close. We have 4 more subscribers, and we will be at 95,000.
95,000.
Yes. So this is actually the first time that we're doing a live Q&A, and we're gonna make a nice milestone, 95,000. That means we're 5 away from 100K.
Right.
So we're gonna talk about the 100K celebration coming up at Walker Ford.
Okay.
We're gonna talk about the GoPro giveaway. I know a lot of people, yes, the GoPro giveaway. A lot of people submitted their answer
for when they think
what will be the date that we hit 100K.
Okay.
Here on Rady's Rides.
Yeah. Inquiring minds want to know.
That's right. But we got lots of people tuning in. Dan's here,
hey,
Nick,
guys.
Frank, Jeanette. Remember, if you have specific questions, there is that super chat feature that'll allow you to have your questions seen. And obviously, we're here to shout you out, answer your question, and everything is so appreciative. Ryan's here. The last time we did a live chat, we got a bunch of people doing super chats, and I was able to get another GoPro.
Yes.
I don't know if you noticed in some of the videos that we've been doing now, I actually have 2 different GoPros going at the same time.
Yeah, it's really nice to have the 2 different GoPros going at the same time because the way you were doing it before, we had one perspective.
Sure.
But now with the 2 GoPros,
exactly.
not only are we able to see out the front, but we can actually see your reaction. Which, sometimes when you're watching videos, it's really helpful to see the reaction on the driver's face.
So it's great. We got over 30 people so far. It's only been 2 minutes in. And I guess we'll start off. People have already asked. Oh, and the last thing we're going to talk about, which I wanted to talk about, is the C8 Corvette. Those leaked photos of the C8 Corvette.
It's going to be interesting.
I'm still hung up on the idea, and I know that some of you might think I'm crazy about this, about having a mid-engine Corvette. Yes, I know that it's going to handle better, and perform better, but from a tradition standpoint, it's like there goes the front engine V8. It's gone. So.
Well, we got a lot to talk about, and try to answer some of your questions
so if you have questions,
they come in. So I got my pen ready, and if you have questions that you want answered, I'm eyes on the chat.
We're gonna try to keep up, but like I said, once these questions start rolling in, use the super chat feature because that'll make sure that your question is seen by us. Because I definitely want to recognize you. Yes, but we got people from Canada watching and all that. But let's go back to the beginning. Type RA.
Yeah.
So a lot of you watched my vlog about the whole story behind the Type RA. Do you remember, I think it was 4th of July when I saw the picture on Instagram. So one thing that I forgot to mention in the vlog that I posted the other day, the way that I knew that Reeves had a Type RA was somebody locally that I follow on Instagram posted a picture of it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I showed it to you and I was like, I don't know how old this picture is, but there's a Type RA at Reeves. And I checked the website and I saw their inventory, and that's when I saw that they had a Type RA there, which is amazing. So we went out and reviewed it. Lori was like, she knows how I am about my cars.
Yeah.
And you told me, go and review it first. Go and see it. So I contacted the manager that I know there, LD, great guy. And I went out on Friday to film it.
But even before, you need to bring us all the way back to 2018.
Well, 2017 technically.
Okay.
2017.
So we're going back a couple years.
Well, because you have to, because they announced the Type RA at the end of 2017.
Wow.
And that's when I put the deposit down, and then that's when I found out I was third in line to get the car. and didn't think I was going to be able to get it.
Right.
So
well, let's pause.
Yeah,
for
let's
a second.
pause for a second. I see lots of questions.
Oh yes, we got lots of questions. First of all, I want to just point out this comment from Ryan Montgomery who says, "At 100K, I get a Raptor." If only. I saw that, Ryan. I was like, ooh.
I think Lori's going to be getting the Raptor first. If anybody's getting a Raptor, I'm not even getting the Raptor. Lori is definitely getting the Raptor at 100K, but we are closing in on 95, so we're
super close.
Yeah, and we appreciate all your support and appreciate you being on the journey with us.
I don't know if you guys know this, but so for us, YouTube, there's a bit of a learning curve here. We're
Major
not, YouTubers before we started doing Rady's Rides. And so we've been learning as we go, and you all have been helping us learn. And one of the things that we've learned about Joe's channel is that it has like outrageous growth in comparison to all the other YouTube channels out there in this particular segment and car reviewing segment, and that's because of you guys. So
it is
thank
because
you
of
so
all.
much for
we
your
have
support.
90. It was up to 94 people watching live.
Right now.
So that's amazing. Let's see if we can answer some of these questions.
Okay, great.
Dan was like, he has to see the vet. Yes. So if you know anything about the Corvette, you know that it's getting unveiled. Do you know what day it's getting unveiled?
July 18th.
July 18th.
That's what, 7 days away?
Yeah, that's not far away from when this thing is going to be unveiled.
Yeah, so we don't have long to
Bad news is we don't have an invite to go see it.
No.
So,
but one day we will get invites.
Well, yeah, I mean, yes.
Listen,
we're slowly getting there. I am getting invites from manufacturers to do certain things. It's just Chevrolet did not. I mean, there's people that we know like Brian.
How could they miss Joe Rady from Rady's Rides?
Yeah, you guys know how much exactly. Well, especially you, because you're awesome. But we'll get there. But it's going to be interesting to see what this Corvette's going to be like.
It is.
I'm not loving that picture of the blue one that's been floating around the interwebs. I don't like the back of it. It's not working for me. And I think the front and the side looks like a NSX or a McLaren, which we'll see. We'll see what happens. I got to wait until I see it in person. But so far, I'm not really loving it.
Yeah, let me scroll up here and see
what else we got here. We got like zoom in on the camera.
I know, sorry, we're like really close
to
you guys now. How's it going, guys? Okay, so Royal Rumble STI wants to know, I've been seriously considering a GT350. Do you think the prices will go down a bit once the GT500 comes out? Great question.
That is a great question. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Because I feel, and I know speaking from my own personal what I love and what I don't love and what not, people who love the GT350 are not necessarily going to be crazy for a GT500. Totally different kind of car, totally different experience.
Yeah.
And plus, it's funny because we were right here on Rady's Rides. When we were at the New York Auto Show and I quoted a price of $90,000 for that carbon fiber performance package that we were sitting in, the competition package, it's right. We were right on the money.
Yeah.
That option is going to make the price of the car be $95,000. It's an $18,000 option. Walker Ford is getting 4 Shelby GT500s. And guess what? Yours truly actually got the option, the first one.
Well, we probably need to put a sticker or something on the car that optioned by Rady's Rides.
Chosen by Rady. So if you're wondering, well, how would Joe Rady? So back to that question about would the prices go down? I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think it's such a unique car that people are gravitating towards it, and it's not necessarily going to be the same people who love the GT500.
No, it's a different experience.
It's a different experience. It is. It really is. But definitely, so that with the prices. So going back to how would Joe Rady from Rady's Rides option the GT500? So Walker Ford's first GT500 is going to be Ford Performance Blue. It's going to have the white racing stripes that go over the top.
Okay.
It's going to have the side stripes that are going to be white, because you could do that on the GT500. They are going to be vinyl. You do have the option. If you're looking for a GT500 and you don't want vinyl stripes, they do have painted as an option.
But
$10,000 for painted stripes.
I
did the vinyl. No, I did the vinyl.
Okay.
I did the vinyl. But what I did was I did add that carbon fiber competition package.
So what are you going to do when this car hits the showroom floor? Are you just going to
I'm probably going to
sleep on the showroom
either that or I'm going to just pass out and faint.
Okay.
I mean, seriously, I think when I see it come off the truck, I'm just going to faint.
Okay.
So But
that's the pinnacle of your life right there.
I don't know about that. Marrying you is the pinnacle of my life.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Yeah, but yeah, so that's what my GT500 is going to look like. Let's get back to some of these questions.
Here's a great question from Chris. What are you going to do when you get to 100,000 subscribers?
Okay, so what the plan is right now is I put up on the community tab, which make sure you check that community tab each and every day. I try to put a picture or something up there. Walker Ford, my great connection that I have with them, they were the first dealership to open up their doors and give Rady's Rides access to whatever we want to film there. Yep. We are having a celebration on August 10th. We're having a celebration at Walker Ford from 6 to 9. Now, I know for many of you live all over the place and you're not going to be able to make it. We're going to do some live broadcasting here on the channel for the Rady's Ride celebration. So that is going to happen.
I hope Apollo can come.
Yes, for sure. Apollo is coming.
Really beautiful.
Yeah, we already talked to. Yeah, I already talked to Douglas.
Okay.
Douglas, if you're watching, man.
Yeah, he's right there.
Yeah, it's going to be good. Yeah, it's going to be good to see you guys again. But that's one thing that we're going to be doing. There's going to be tons of giveaways there. We have a car show. Last time we had over 200 cars show up. 300 people, free food.
It's a great car show, and all kinds of cars. So some people might think, oh, it's at a Ford dealership, so I don't want to bring, I don't have a Ford. But it doesn't. There's everybody is bringing their cars.
Yeah, it's a great variety of cars and a great turnout. We don't have a bunch of yahoos doing burnouts and donuts and acting like an idiot. People are there to spread the love of cars and share the love of cars. So that's what we're doing on August 10th.
It's a good time.
What we're doing for you guys throughout the whole Rady's Rides family is a lot of you have sent in, because remember, this deadline was months ago.
April 18th, I think, is when you ended.
April 18th. Well, yes, April 18th. Very good memory.
Yes, I did my homework before the Q&A.
So April 18th, that was the deadline where you could submit a day, month, day, and year of when we were going to hit the 100K. And I tried to give you guys a hint saying it was going to be 2019, but I thought it was going to be December.
Yeah, you thought it was going to be later. I thought it was going to be, I was thinking September-ish.
I thought next year.
But wait, now check and see. Are we at 95,000 yet?
Yeah, I'm sure we're probably over 95,000 now. Oh, we're two away. So we're very close to 95,000. So we're almost there. But so what we're going to do is, the way it's going to work, because I've had some people asking me questions. How do you win?
Yes.
If nobody gets the exact date, I'm not going to be like, oh, sorry, no winners, try again. Let's do the 200K. I'm not doing that. I'm going to pick the 5 people. So there's going to be 5 GoPro sessions, 5 people that were closest to the date.
Okay.
If we run into a situation where there's a ton of people, then we're going to do an actual drawing live online for 5.
Okay.
Because I just don't. I'm not sitting around on a pile of money just.
No, well, that's true, unless you're hiding it.
No, are you?
No,
okay.
The dog might be.
Yeah, maybe
small,
John should,
I
yes.
don't think so.
So I hope that answers your questions on how do you win the GoPro sessions. If you weren't able to make it in at April 18th, I'm sorry. I had to put we have a super chat.
Super chat.
Aloha. Malahufeet. Malahufeet.
We were talking about this. One of the most fascinating things that we enjoy is
your subscriber names. Yes. So Mahalafeet, thank you very much.
Thank you, aloha.
From Hawaii. Thank you very much.
And
I appreciate
that. If you have a
that.
question or a comment that you want to share, please send it over.
And please use that super chat feature. All the money we get from super chat, if you think that's how I got the Type RA, it's not.
No.
That money goes right back into you guys. And one thing we're going to start working on together is putting together a Patreon, because something I want to do that's sort of like a dream of mine is to be able to have a Patreon where we get the money, and then that allows me to go visit people's cars. Like your guys, I have people ask me, come to Chicago, come review my car, come to Arizona, come to Texas. I would love to do that. Obviously, it just costs money, just like anything else.
Right.
But the Patreon memberships are going to go towards that, just like everything else, the super chat and all that.
It's really, really helpful.
Yes.
The super chat money was what allowed us to level up.
Wait, we got another super chat. Thank you,
Yay.
TPSs. There we go. Sorry if there's any kids watching, but that's what the subscriber name is. And that's something we've talked about. Like, what do we do if the name is yeah, it's okay.
Oh my goodness.
Thank
you so much.
Oh, we got another Benton Hennessy.
Hennessy, I can read it.
I wonder if that's associated with Hennessy with the Exorcist and stuff.
It might be.
That would be well, we got another Edgeman.
Yeah,
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
You know, another thing you guys have to remember, and a lot of you will, we got another Chris. Chris, thank you for the super chats, guys.
Awesome.
Edgeman. Thank you, Chris. We really appreciate it. Every little bit helps, but a lot of you guys acknowledge, and I'm so grateful for that, you see me, you know, doing the grind, getting a lot of different cars.
Hardest working man on YouTube right here.
We, you know, like the other day I had to drive to 4 different dealerships to get all that stuff.
And anybody who lives in South Florida knows how the weather is.
Right now it's terrible.
Insane. It is raining.
So normally it would take me about 40 minutes to do a car from stem to stern. It's been taking me some cars 2.5 hours because I have to film, and then it rains, and then I stop filming. I run inside with all the camera gear and stuff. Usually have a snack.
Yes.
And then it stops raining. I go out and film some more.
Well, and it's how hot is it? It's
oh my God, the sweat.
So thank you guys so much.
Thank you for everything.
The shout out.
Yes, thank you, Ben.
We've got quite a few questions.
Yes.
You guys that gave us the super chats, please let us know.
Yes, let us know if you have questions. Yeah, if you're super chatting, definitely give me a question. We got a good one. Anthony, I'm glad you asked that question about the Type RA. So I have had.
Let me read his question off. So his question is, any plans for paint protection on the RA?
Yes. So one thing I'm sure many of you are aware is that the car only has Alva. Alva, thank you.
Yay!
Toy Story's Raptor. We got another one. Norm's STI. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Norm.
From Canada.
Thank you so much.
Keep up the good work from David Monroe. Thank you, David. We really appreciate it. Pal says, Joe and Lori, and to the Radies Rise, congratulations. Still waiting on the Zonk.
Zonk shirts are coming.
We got the Zonk shirts coming. We got the Zonk shirts coming.
Yes.
Almighty A. Is that BF 109 K6? Thank you. So, Pal, going back to your question, and thank you for saying hello in California. We have Zonk shirts coming. We are working on the design, so get ready for that. We also have, we're going to have stickers, not bumper stickers.
No, we are going to have bumper stickers.
We are going to have bumper stickers. We're going to have bumper stickers. Thank you, Lori.
Yes, we're getting them. You're welcome.
But thank you, Pal, for that super chat. Really appreciate it. Thank you, Almighty. BF 109 K6 with an underscore. So I have to say the underscore.
You do.
Yes. Going back to a question though. So we got a question from Anthony about the Type RA and getting the projection. Oh, Casey, thank you. Thank you, KCB.
He is the best reviewer on YouTube.
I really appreciate that. You guys are freaking awesome. We got 140 people watching.
This is awesome. This is our biggest Q&A
It really is.
Ever.
A high five. Yes. That's a high five for you guys too.
We always wonder, like, if anybody's going to show up.
And I know.
We would sit here and talk to ourselves. So,
But thank you, Casey, for that. But anyways, going back to paint protection, yes, I am doing the full PPF paint protection. Okay. A local company has reached out to me, supporter of Radies Rides. We're going to film it and the whole process.
So here's my question.
We do have a question up. Oh, Dylan, my old student, Dylan Weyerheiser, one of my old students from Ridgewood, graduated 2017. Thank you for the super chat. Yes, the Cavs. I don't think people want to see the Cavs here. I don't think they really.
Maybe not yet.
Maybe not yet. It's gonna take more than $2.
Yeah, maybe so. I'm thinking more than $2, Dylan. So anyway, thank you so much, Dylan. My question for you is: would you get the clear coat, like if the whole thing? Me, like a regular person? Why would you get a clear coat?
If you are a regular person and you bought a Type RA,
well,
I would go.
You wouldn't be a regular person if you bought a Type RA.
Well, Chris just upped it. Will the Type RA stay stock or mods incoming? So
good question.
Right now we are on just holding steady. We're going to keep it stock. The reason why is I still can't get over it being in the garage.
Guys, he just goes.
I go out there and I sit down in this chair. I got this old folding chair. I sit down. I just stare at it.
Yeah.
Because they say that, you know what? You made the right car purchase if you're walking away from the car and you turn back and stare at it.
Yeah.
But thank you, Chris.
He just gets all quiet and stares at the car.
The soonest mod that I would want to do is something exhaust-wise.
Right. Something
to open up that boxer rumble. I'm looking at NVIDIA. I'm looking at AWE.
Benton, thank you so much. Oh yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's the next.
That is the next step. Don't think that I haven't given up on the GT350. It's just that this is the progression, and it makes sense because the car just came to me.
You know, sometimes these things happen. Oh wow!
Thank you, Project Scarlet.
This is so awesome.
Have you integrated a? You know, I need to start. We need
a Zonk score rating. Yes.
We need a meter.
I'll work on that.
Yes, we need.
I'm gonna write that down.
Let me ask you guys. We got another one. Coffee. Thank you. Any tips for learning manual on a WRX?
Great question.
Let's see if I can do these questions in order real quick.
Yes.
Real quick, because they're popping up fast. So I'm doing the paint protection. We're doing the ceramic coating. We are going to do step-by-step review, and I'm going to put it together in a nice little tiny video for everybody. So stay tuned for that. The car is perfect. 5,000 miles, I'm definitely doing it. You had a question about should anybody do it? I really feel like if you care about your car and you don't want to get rock chips, it really is the best way to do it. And on the Subarus, they've been known to have thin paint.
True.
And they will chip up. And this one is so beautiful, that World Rally Blue.
It's worth doing.
I love the World Rally Blue.
It is beautiful.
Plus, I want to show you guys, like if you don't know anything about ceramic coating and stuff, I want to see the process. I want to see the step-by-step. So while they have the car, I'm going to drive out there and do some filming to take care of that. What was another question?
Well, it really wasn't a question, I think, about the Zonk scoring.
Yeah, so let me ask you guys this. I was thinking
Project Scarlet.
like a Zonk, Project Scarlet. Thank you for the super chat.
Great question.
I was thinking something like a Zonk meter. Would the meter go, and this is a question for you guys, would you want 1 to 5 or 1 to 10? That's really my question. And then hold on, go back real quick. I want to also address why you guys are thinking about that, 1 to 5 or 1 to 10 on the Zonk meter.
Yep.
Also, coffee. One thing that when my father taught me when I was 16 years old on how to drive manual, doesn't matter what manual, you got to feel for where the clutch grabs. So you always want to be very gingerly on releasing that clutch when you're learning how to drive manual. Okay. But the main goal is as your left foot is coming off the clutch, your right foot should be applying gas.
Okay.
The reason why is that if you let off the clutch and there's no throttle, you're just going to jerk and then you're just going to stall.
That's good.
But that's the thing is left foot comes up, right foot must come down on that throttle and get you going. And of course, smoother is the name of the game. I did do the review on that Toyota Corolla XSE hatchback with the manual. I showed in the video, that car is one of the few cars I've ever seen. You could take your foot totally off the clutch and have no gas, no throttle, and it goes.
Well, and here's what I'll say about it. Just get in the car.
Practice,
stop watching the videos and everything else. Get in the car because it's a feeling thing.
Yes. And thank you, Chris, by the way, for the super chat up there.
Yeah, and you can't really, read enough about it or hear enough about it. You got to get in there and feel it.
So we got 1 to 5 on the Zonk meter. Hey, Chris.
There's 1 on 10. 1 to Zonk. Ooh.
1 to Zonk.
1, 2, 3, 4 Zonk.
1, 2, 3, 4. You're Zonk.
Well, I think 1 to 5 is easier. I agree with. I don't know if that's George or Jorge. I agree with.
I think I'm thinking. We got Carlos's 1 to 10.
1 to 10.
That might give it a little bit more variety because some cars are full of Zonks.
Yeah. They are.
I think if we're gonna move in the direction of a Zonk meter, we're probably gonna do 1 to 10. Okay. I think 1 to 5 might be. And what we could do is guys, we could do this. If I do the 1 to 10 and it's not jiving for you guys, and you're like, hey, we need a 1 to 5. That's too broad. Yeah. Then we can knock it down to that.
We've got a question.
Yes, Remy D with a super chat. Don't forget that super chat feature's there. So thank you guys. What do you think of the lane centering feature? We've
had that on a couple cars, haven't we?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll be honest with you. With some of these press fleet vehicles that I've been getting access to, I've actually been shutting that feature off.
I found it to be distracting.
It gets a little annoying.
Yeah.
It gets a little annoying.
Which I don't want to be more distracted than I already am when I'm driving. I don't know.
No, so that's one thing.
What do you think, Remy?
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think, Remy? Yeah. That's another thing. David Hart, yes, 95,001. So guys, thank you. This is the first time that we can
95,000 subscribers. Yes. For those of you that are just tuning in.
95,000 subscribers. Yeah. I mean, can you believe that?
In such a short amount of time. I mean, we've really only been doing this for a year and a half.
I mean October 2017.
Yeah.
I mean, That's another question I have for you guys. Some people have been asking me, they want to know the Rady's Ride story. Should I put a vlog together specifically to, like, do you want to know more about my background, Lori's background, where we grew up, things like that, what got us to the point where we are, and then also do like a separate vlog for how the channel got started?
Getting lots of yeses coming in.
I see lots of yeses.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm telling you, for 4 years, she was telling me to start a YouTube channel.
Subliminal messages.
Yes, she was telling me.
They don't really work.
No.
Subliminal messages.
But we are so grateful for all your support. Listen, this would not be possible without your support, so thank you.
Yes.
Trust me, I'm working hard. Lori's working hard. Another thing to remember, we got another one.
Thank you, Joseph.
Thank you, Joseph. Love the name, by the way. Love the name.
Yes.
But one thing I want to let you guys know is I know you want to see more Lori in the reviews. It's hard because she's got a full-time job.
Yes.
And we're moving in that direction. The direction that Rady's Rides is going in is that, guess what? Lori will be full-time with me, and we will be able to feature her.
That would be awesome. Yes. Yeah, that would be really awesome.
Because
we love to travel around and see you guys. And
that's another thing.
Events. That's what I really want.
Somebody brought up that they were in California. I think it was Pal said that they were in California. We will be going to the LA Auto Show in November.
Yes.
Whoa, we got another super chat.
TPSs.
Thank you for keeping it real. And thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, TPSs. What a way to just say. How can you not laugh without saying TPSs?
TPSs.
Yes.
That's
we have 146 people watching right now.
That is the best we've ever had, for sure.
Listen, the opportunity. So we are coming to LA for the auto show in November. So we'll try to figure something out, maybe get a group of subscriber meeting or something like that.
Some sort of gathering where we can all maybe meet up at like a coffee shop or something like that.
That'd
or
be
even like a restaurant bar type scene where we can do a meet and greet.
For sure.
Like that.
And the thing is that, remember, when we come out for the auto shows, we're there on the press days. So I know a lot of you wanted to meet up in New York during the regular general admission days, but we were long gone.
Oh yeah, because we
were in and out.
Time,
yeah, and that's another thing is that with the Patreon, we're trying to generate more revenue so that I can go to more shows and bring you that footage. Like I want to go and show them the Corvette Museum.
I know.
And I want to go to the Peterson Museum or go to because I get invites by all these people to go places, but unfortunately,
we're working on it. I mean, 6 months ago, we had no idea we'd be where we are right now.
Exactly.
And the fact that we're even going to the LA Auto Show.
I mean, listen, every opportunity that comes our way, we are grateful for, and we can't do it without you. Thank you, Joseph, again.
That's so nice of you.
Really
appreciate it, guys. Every little bit. It's crazy how just like $1 here and there adds up. I mean, the last Q&A we ended up with a nice little bit that you could buy the new GoPro.
The new GoPro with, I got another.
Really,
so now awesome. I'm running 2 GoPro 7s, the black editions.
Now I know way earlier on there were quite a few more questions about your Type R.
Yes,
and we really.
I'm sure you. Yes, I know we haven't really talked about Type R. So yes, we are gonna. I am gonna. I got 1 week, and then I'll be bringing it into the shop and start filming it. They're gonna ceramic coat it. They're gonna do the whole ceramic coat the wheels, the brake calipers, the whole shebang. So we are going to be bringing that to you. The Type RA, it just...
When did you know you were going to get it? Because you went down there to look at it. Yeah. So guys, just to bring you up to speed, after he found out that it was available, I was like, why don't you just give him because he's like, should I go look at it? What should I do? I don't know. And I was like, why don't you just give him a call and maybe go and film it? Either way, if you're interested, somebody on the channel is going to want to see it. So get down there if you possibly can and see if they will let you have access to the car and film it. So then what happens? So
I go down there. I look at, as soon as I saw it, I was just like, that blue with the gold wheels, because I'm such a longtime Subaru fan, it just kills me that Subaru doesn't allow
Sir Palm Tree.
Oh, Daniel, thank you, man.
For the
GT500 fun. Thank you, Daniel.
What about my Raptor?
Yeah.
I thought we were saving up for that.
Thank you, Daniel. That's really awesome of you. Daniel, check out his channel, Sir Palm Tree Supercars. He also did another local YouTuber in the Pinellas County area, and he's doing a good job with a lot of exotics. So he likes to focus, hence supercar title, likes to focus on the exotics and whatnot. But he's actually been very helpful when we started the channel and everything. We got another one, Didier. Let me know when you're in LA. You could drive. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Didier, that would be awesome. I would definitely. We will put out there that we are going to the LA Auto Show, and contact me at radiesrides@gmail.com. That's my main email that we look at.
And if you guys if you just go to the radiesrides.com website, you can access
click the tab in YouTube channel where it has all
so many ways
to do it. So thank you, Didier. I really appreciate that, and thank you, Daniel, for that super chat. We also have this one that's up here that's running. Can I click on that? Yes. TPS says thanks again. The $20. Very, 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 very grateful. I really appreciate that. But going back to the Type RA, it's just a special car, and I wish that Subaru would allow people the option to get the gold BBS wheels. Yeah. But you can't.
How hard was it to let go of the RS?
Great question. I'm surprised none of you asked that. Yes. Thank you, Lori.
You're welcome. I was reading.
I actually was hemming and hollering. If this car, I'll be honest with you. Before the Type RA, I saw the Type RA, I was getting ready, guys, to make a vlog about how I was just going to hold on to the RS for now and just keep on driving it and keep on, because I love the RS. I mean, the all-wheel drive, 350 horsepower, 350 foot-pounds of torque. How can you not like it? Yeah. The thing is that, like I said in the vlog about the Type RA, I wanted the Type RA well before I wanted the RS.
Oh, way long before. I don't think the Type RA was ever in like your thought process that you were ever going to have.
Well,
it was $500.
Well, and then once I heard that the price tag was $51,000.
Well, and so what about I've seen a lot of comments on your channel about why didn't you just get the S209?
Yes, great point. I brought this up in the vlog. S209, first of all, it's not available yet. Second of all, it's only available in 2 colors. White with the gold BBS wheels and blue with like a gunmetal gray black wheel. I don't know why Subaru did that, but okay. $65,000.
Yeah, not.
Listen, we're not ready for that.
We don't have that budget. I mean, we all have budgets, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Eric, thanks, man. You're freaking awesome.
He is the hardest working guy on YouTube. I look around.
Listen,
nobody's pumping him out like Joe Radio.
Thank you.
I can't keep up.
He did that last super chat. Thank you, Eric.
Thank you so much.
$50 from Eric. Dude, you are amazing. We really appreciate your support. He's one of the reasons why I got that GoPro.
Oh, and some people may not have a super chat option. Aw.
That's weird.
Yeah, that is kind of weird. I don't know
when you're going to review the 2nd gen Mazda RX-8. That's a good question. I have to find one. There's certain cars, guys. I want to find a 2nd gen Mazda RX-8. There's certain cars, though, that I can't find. It's like they've disappeared off the planet Earth. Like, for one thing, I get a lot of people always asking me, when are you going to do a 3000 GT VR4 or a Dodge Stealth RT or something like that? And they're never there. Yeah. I go to shows all the time and they're never around. That's so weird. It's really, really weird. But trust me, as soon as I see that RX-8, I'm all over it. And yes, you're right. The problem is with that rotary engine, a lot of people who own those cars did not properly take care of them, and they have let them go. And they are very pricey to rebuild and whatnot with that rotary engine. So I can understand it, but there's got to be somebody who's collected it.
Oh, for you guys that are having a hard time, Malula Feet said try logging into YouTube for your super chat. That's probably why you can't get into super chat.
Make sure you're logged into YouTube if you want to do the super chat. I've also had some people PayPal some super chat funds as well. And my PayPal is just radiesrides@gmail.com. Yeah. So, but we appreciate everything. And I know you guys are trying.
We are working on a Patreon too. So for a lot of you that are looking at different ways to give to the community that, maybe you've already got like all the colors of the Radies Rides t-shirt that you could possibly can. You can keep an eye out for some Patreon stuff. That's coming. We're working on that.
We're working on it because
we want to make it worthwhile. We want to do it right.
Exactly. And it's just going to make the content that much better. If you think the channel is great now, which I'll agree with you, I think it's pretty great, but we can make it better and we can get you closer access. One thing we had to cut off the list so far is SEMA.
Yeah,
So we're going to skip SEMA this year. We're going to focus on the LA Auto Show.
Well, because we have the Tampa Auto Show, the LA Auto Show, then Thanksgiving,
then, Christmas.
Chicago Auto Show is going to be in February, I think. And then the New York Auto Show.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Douglas with Apollo said that he has a coworker that's got a 3000 GT. I would love to. Douglas, we're going to have to talk about that,
we'll have to talk
about reviewing that 3000 GT.
Subi Fest, not this month. I don't think we're going to make it to.
That's one.
But it's on our agenda. Like, we are.
Listen.
We're coming.
I want to so bad go to Subi Fest. I wanted to go to the Wicked Big Meet.
I know.
Just last weekend.
We are going to get there. We really
Listen,
will.
we're going to. I'm grateful enough, trust me, that we are here where we're at right now.
And so what's next on the agenda is August 10th. The Rady's
Ride celebration, yes.
Subscriber celebration.
We're giving away 5 GoPro sessions.
Yep. And then we've got the LA Auto Show.
Yes. We got another Alva.
Thank you.
Thank you.
$4 for
yes, thank you.
Woo!
Listen, I want her to have that wrap.
I wrote it down because I was thinking, if anybody asked me, hey, Lori, what's going to be your next car? That's actually what I wrote down on top of my list was
my question is for you, and I wonder what you guys think too. Would you want a Ranger Raptor?
I'm curious about the Ranger Raptor, and Joe knows this. I bother him at least every day about the Bronco. I'm very curious.
She wants the cool Bronco, not the. There's gonna be 2 versions of the Bronco. One more like an SUV, and then one closer to the original roots. So that's the one that she wants. Yeah. So we'll have to see. And I'm curious about the Ranger Raptor too. But again, right now, all I can do is dream because we don't have either one. Jeanette, the 100K celebration at Walker Ford is 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock. 6 p.m.
6 to 9. And the giveaways, you guys, and I know Jeanette can vouch for this. The giveaways are outrageous.
Awesome.
Gas cards, Visa gift cards. We have some
GoPro.
Really
we're raffling off a GoPro.
We've got some special secret
sports memorabilia
for
football fans, specifically a Tampa Bay Buck fan.
And we've got some big giveaways that are going to be in the gift bags too.
Yes.
It's going to be worth your while.
So
there's food. There's free food.
Yes. Walker Ford does a great job. They moved their whole lot out. It's awesome.
Come and show your car. Bring your friends. It'll be a really
fun. Last time Douglas was there, I got to pie Weston Walker. One of the owners of Walker Ford, and he pied me. So
it was a blast.
Yeah, it was a ton of fun.
If you haven't seen that, that's in one of the highlights of our Instagram page.
Well, and I think it's also it didn't make it in the live part, did it?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, that's all right.
But it's on the highlights of the Instagram page.
One thing we're going to focus on this time with the YouTube Live is we're going to try to show you a little bit more the event. If you remember last time, we kind of focused on. I got to talk. Yeah, Laura got to talk. Tom got to talk. We're going to show a little bit more. We got another super chat. Ben, thank you. I have the 2017 Mustang GT manual with performance pack. Great choice. A lot of people are probably wondering, Joe, why did you get the Type R8? Why didn't you just get a Mustang GT if you're not ready for a GT 350? I wasn't going to get anything. Like I said, I was putting a vlog together because I was going to hold out for the GT 350. Yep. But this car.
Came out of nowhere.
It's special. It came out of nowhere. It's the same car I put a deposit down on. Yeah. But I didn't even know it at the time that it was going to be blue with the gold wheels. I mean, it was just that perfect. Yeah. And the fact that the previous owner is a car collector and the car just sat, I mean, it's only got 5,000 miles, like straight up 5,000. Oh, no, is that 50,000? 5,000.
And tell them what number this one is.
It's number 55. So if you know anything about Subaru, you would know that the whole blue and gold color combination came when they were sponsored by 555 cigarettes, 555 cigarettes, which is a British tobacco brand. Obviously, they made 500 Type RAs. There can't be a 555. No, but this is as close 55. As it's going to get is 55. So kind of cool about that.
Cool as hell. All right.
Let's see. Subaru made the body for the toy. Yes.
Let's see. I know there's some more questions up here. I'm going to scroll up.
Okay. Thank you for the super chats. Eric, once again, thank you, man. I really appreciate it.
How about a Cadillac Escalade? Didn't you just do one of those?
Actually, I was going to.
But then it rained.
Damn it. So, Jay, I am next week, if all goes well, Because that's the thing I'm fighting. Not only am I fighting getting into dealerships, not only am I fighting getting the inventory when it's there, but also fighting the weather. Yeah. Next week, I plan on doing not only the Escalade, but I want to do the XT6.
Yeah.
The XT6.
Okay.
Also, the CT5. I want to do that one as well. So.
All right. Let's see. Golf R. What's your opinion?
Golf R was on my short list. You know, when I was thinking about getting rid of the RS before the Type RA came around this way, Golf R was on my list. If I'm gonna get a Golf R, I think I might wait. There's big talk that this Mark 8 is supposed to have a big horsepower increase. They're saying 250 horsepower for the GTI. Right now, the GTI produces 228 horsepower. So well over 300 horsepower for the Golf R. You might want to wait, but you know what? It's one of those things. You could wait. What happens if it never happens?
Yeah.
Then you missed out on everything. So
yeah, then you're just waiting around for nothing.
Yeah.
So Jay wants to know, will you ever review the 2019 Toyota Camry XSE?
Next week. I was supposed to go on Friday, but my contact person there is actually buying a home, and he was going to have it set up for me without him being there. But I like it when my contact people are there because it makes the process a lot easier.
Yeah.
So I will be doing that next week. We will be going back up to Wesley Chapel Toyota. And we're going to do, and that's the big news. I got into a Toyota dealership, actually 2 different Toyota dealerships. We went from 0 to 2, AutoNation.
Which is awesome.
And Wesley Chapel. I'm still waiting to get into Lincoln. I'm still waiting to get into Dodge.
Okay.
So we're working on that, and we're going to make it happen here. So don't you worry. We're bringing the variety. Tomorrow, I'm filming the Palisade. So get ready for that. Funny story real quick. I went to go do the Palisade, and they sold it while I was on my way there. They had one.
I don't know if that's a funny story.
Well, it's funny now. I was kind of mad at the time, but what am I going to do? I mean.
So Danny wants to know, hold on, it just left me. Subaru WRX or Mustang GT? I mean, that's it. Danny, I don't think you could squeeze this one out of him if it was on his dying breath.
Listen, it's a tough question because they're both very unique. Now, if you want a car that's faster 0 to 60, faster quarter mile time, has the V8 rumble, go the Mustang GT. But if you still want that old school all-wheel drive, rally car feel, rally car experience, you go the STI. I mean, it's got a hydraulic steering
You just have
pump.
to do both if you're Joe Rady.
Yeah. I don't know about that.
So Derek Wiley reads my mind, and he wants to know your thoughts on the new Bronco.
I'm excited about it. I think that Ford is doing it smart by coming out with 2 different versions. I think Chevrolet killed it with the Blazer, and what I mean by killed it is not in a good way. I think they literally killed it with what they did to the Blazer style-wise.
Really? You think so?
There's nothing rugged about it.
No,
there's nothing rugged about it. It's front-wheel drive.
Yeah, it's just like a commuter.
And the RS is $48,000.
Oh my God.
So Ford, I think, is doing it a lot better, a lot smarter with having the 2 different versions, and I'm actually excited to see. My prediction, this is the Joe Rady from Rady's Rise prediction, I think they're going to unveil it at the LA Auto Show. Fingers crossed, we're going to be there, and we'll bring it to you. Promise on that.
Yes.
All right, what's up?
Thoughts on the Camaro being discontinued from David?
You know, it's sad because I'm a firm believer competition improves the breed. If the Camaro goes to the wayside,
one thing I picked up from you,
and all that's left is the Dodge Challenger and the Ford Mustang, I don't think that's a good thing for anybody.
No, it's not.
It's frustrating, though, that Chevrolet can't figure out a way to sell it.
Because Chris, that's what we're talking about right now.
Because the Camaro is such an icon. It's an American icon, the muscle car.
It is. I mean, if you're our age, you grew up with this car. Yeah, I mean, it was a dream car when we were in high school.
And what's interesting is for 2020, they are reshaping the nose to get rid of the things that I've been talking about. I know some of you say I'm crazy for saying the things that I did, but obviously the designers at GM felt they made a mistake. So they're changing it back for 2020. We'll see. You know, they're saying that it might not happen, that they actually might continue it, but I think it's sad, and I think competition improves the breed.
Jacob Martinez,
Jacob, thank you. Best hot hats right now. Thanks for the videos. Yeah. If you're living in the United States, your options are pretty slim.
They are.
If I was going to get a daily driver hot hatch,
yes,
it would probably be, and if I was taking into consideration price,
okay,
the Hyundai Veloster N. I think for $27,000 or so.
Yeah, somebody else.
275 horsepower,
asking about
6-speed manual transmission, adaptive suspension. I think that's really the ticket.
I'd agree with that.
If I had, do you agree with that?
I would agree with that. Yeah.
And I know you love the GTI.
Yeah, but when the other day I even told Joe I was on my way to work and I saw the Veloster N right behind me, and it in that blue with the red trim.
Yeah, it pops.
Just looks awesome.
It pops. If you want the ultimate front-wheel drive car, then obviously the Type R would be the ultimate. But there's a lot of things you're going to have to concede and
But for the price, like
compromise.
You said, the Veloster N, I mean, you can't really go wrong with that.
And
you said the driving feel on that is like it's bar none.
The Veloster, the Veloster N was a blast. You guys watch the video if you haven't. It is in that playlist for in-depth reviews. It was a blast. I mean, I got to take it out on some curvy roads and have a blast.
It's on there. He's got it.
Yeah, it is there. That automatic rev match downshifting is on the money, and the sounds is unbelievable. If you really need an all-wheel drive hot hatch, you got one option: the Golf R.
Yeah.
Ford Focus RS they don't sell them new anymore. If you're going to go pre-owned, then get a Focus RS if that's what you want. I know a lot of people always ask me, hey, I'm thinking about a pre-owned RS. What about the head gasket? Listen, I didn't have a ton of miles on my car. I mean, I had 12,000 miles because of the press fleet vehicles and whatnot.
Yeah.
It's really saved me a lot of miles.
It did, yeah.
But I didn't have any issues. The only issue I had was like the headlight went out. I had to get a new headlight.
It was a great car.
Yeah.
A couple more questions coming in. When is the Ford Escape ST coming out?
That's a good question.
Hi, Christopher. 1990.
That's a good question. Now, one thing you should know since you guys are here is I'll be at Walker Ford on Wednesday of next week. They are going to have on the property there a 2020 Escape. Now, it's not for sale.
Okay.
It's a model that they bring by to educate the salespeople with that Ford corporate does.
Okay, so are you going to get to see it?
I'm going to be able to see it. Great. I'm going to be reviewing it, so stay tuned for that.
Yes.
No word yet on an ST version of it.
I'd be surprised if they didn't.
We'll see. They're going to have to put all-wheel drive on it, though.
Yeah.
Or maybe they'll keep it front-wheel drive. I haven't seen any official word. I'm waiting to get that Explorer ST. I want to get my hands on the Explorer ST.
Yeah.
What else we got?
There's quite a few more. I got to scroll
Mitsubishi Evo. So the big news from Mitsubishi is they say that they're bringing back the Evo, and it's not going to be a crossover. I'm kind of excited to see what this is going to be. I'm very curious. Yeah, nervous. Tell me about it. Evos are great. My advice, if you want to get one, obviously it's going to be pre-owned. Get one that's stock. If you do that, you're going to save yourself a lot of hassle.
What's your opinion on everyone moving away from V6 for Turbo 4? It's a question from Nara.
I think that with turbocharged, and that seems to be the thing, doesn't it? Once upon a time, there wasn't very many turbo power cars, and when a car said turbo, like on the Porsche 911 Turbo, it made you say, ooh. Now every car seems to be turbo. I think it's good and it's bad, and it's going to be curious to see durability. A turbocharged engine is pushed harder.
Hold on. Leon,
thank you for the super chat.
So much.
Thank you so much.
If you have a question or a comment, please send it over. Thanks, Leon.
But the turbocharger obviously pushes an engine harder. So those engines are going to be working harder. Will it affect durability? I'll tell you right now, I really like the turbocharged 4 in the Honda Accord.
Okay.
Whether it's got the 6-speed manual or the 10-speed automatic, it's a pretty quick car and it feels good.
Really?
I am going to finally drive a Camry V6. So that will allow me to compare the two and give you my honest opinion. So get ready for that. But, it seems that to be more economical, the turbocharger is saving you on MPGs.
I'm laughing at Leon's question. I think
Joseph, another $2 from Joseph.
Thank you, Joseph. You could answer maybe. Hold on. We have a question here from Leon. Say you had infinite money.
Yes.
And could only he's never going to be able to do it.
Yes.
I asked him this exact question. There was a Powerball a couple years ago where it was like $100 million. And I asked Joe, I'm like, you have $2 million and you can buy whatever cars you want. I don't think he slept for 2 days. He was so stressed out about making this decision.
Yes.
But anyway, the question is, you only have 4 cars, 1 truck, 1 daily driver. This is a complicated question.
I got it. I got this. I got it. The truck is easy. It's going to be a Ford Raptor. Okay. Done deal. And I'll let you could have that.
Okay, great.
My daily driver. I'm going to skip the daily driver part and I'm going to come to the super exotic. Okay. My super exotic is going to be a Ferrari F40. Okay. I've always wanted a Ferrari F40. It's been a dream of mine. It would be a Ferrari F40. My daily driver, I would probably say, today I drove a Mercedes-Benz AMG GT 63S. Say that 10 times fast.
Wow. Oh, thanks, Danny.
Wow. Thank you, Danny.
That's
Danny
really
Rodriguez,
nice
thank
of
you. That thing made for a pretty crazy drive. Yeah, 4 doors.
The car that you drove today.
Yeah, over 600 horsepower, all-wheel drive.
And that's made it into your top.
Whoa, Ben! Thank you, guys. Nice. I appreciate that, Ben.
Oh, man.
Yes, definitely appreciate that. And yes, I want to test drive a Cayman GT4 to review. Yes, I did get a question on Joseph. He wanted to know what they gave me for my RS. I think I'm going to keep that tight-lipped on the actual numbers of the deal. Reeves took really good care of me. I do a lot of recording and filming with them, so it's sort of like a business relationship, and I don't want to publicize anything that was between the two of us.
It was also it was a
unique situation, and I just
let's just say it was a fair price.
They gave me a deal I couldn't pass up.
It was a fair price.
Yeah, they could. I could not pass. You were excited.
Well,
yeah. So Danny, thank you. So Joseph, I don't want to cop out and not answer your question. What I'm learning, and I'm sure a lot of you guys can appreciate this, is that doing this full time, I gotta hold my high standards of being professional.
Yeah.
And one thing that I do that you'll notice is I try to keep certain things private that should be private, that I should not be talking about.
John,
thank you for the super chat.
Much.
Thank you.
Wouldn't that be great? A top tier type of show with
that would be awesome.
And
that would be awesome.
I don't know who I'm gonna have to read up on that.
You know Doug
Demaro, know who Demaro is. Yeah.
So Joseph, one last time, I don't want to cop out. Just know that they gave me a great deal. I work with Reeves doing a lot of filming, and I don't want to burn any bridges or upset anybody by giving numbers out.
Yeah, we just try to keep that stuff.
Same thing like when I know some of you asked me to get you some prices from Tracy at Walker Ford.
Oh, it's all
I don't want to go there. That's better for you to call her.
Yeah.
That's what she's there for.
It's all very personal.
Tracy, if you're watching, I know your phone is open. I know that's what they pay the big bucks for. So call Tracy if you have a question about that. But Ben, I appreciate that, and we are definitely going to do. A lot of you have been wanting some drive footage of the Type R8. That is coming, so stay tuned. And Ben, thanks to Ben, he's helping to make that happen. I'm hoping.
And Danny too. Thank you so much.
If I stay true to Reeves, I may be getting behind the wheel of a Cayman GT4. So we will see. Fingers crossed. What else do we have?
Crossed. So we have a good question here from James. Did you feel a difference from a Nismo and a Sport Trim 370?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I want to think about that. So
it's been a little while.
So with the Nismo, you do have a few extra ponies, not a ton. It goes from 332 to 350. Mm-hmm. Where you notice the difference is how the car handles.
Okay.
The car handles so much differently from a standard 370Z, whether it's the Sport or the Tech. Totally different. Acceleration, maybe a little bit, and you do get a little bit more noise coming into the cabin. But other than that, pretty much the same. But if you want the ultimate handling Z, the 370Z Nismo is really the way to go. It is pricey though. I mean, $48,000. What's going on here?
Oh, sorry. No, I'm just messing around. Christopher wants to know, what are your thoughts on the new Ford Torino?
I haven't seen anything about a Ford Torino yet, so I would have to examine that.
Okay. Tracy is always available for radio.
Yes, Tracy is yes. Thank you, Walker Ford. So Walker Ford is listening. Really great group of people there.
I have to say thanks to Irving for the compliment. So thank you so much.
Listen, I truly am living the freaking dream. I mean, I really am, and I really appreciate you letting me share it with all of you guys and girls.
Any word on the 2020 Sonata? Have you heard anything about that yet?
2020 Sonata is going to be probably fourth quarter release. I'm going to suspect probably a mid to late fourth quarter release.
Okay.
The Hyundai dealerships are right now working on the Palisade, which tomorrow I'm filming it. I'm going to try to get it up this weekend. We'll see. Okay. Fingers crossed. But Sonata is coming. Just be patient. Also, be aware they are redesigning, totally redesigning the Elantra.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I heard you mention that.
Which is funny because they just refreshed it. Well, they refreshed it. It was a refresh.
Okay.
But
so we'll get to both of these questions here. 2020 Golf R, question mark from Johnny Appleseed.
2020 Golf R, I think, is going to be exactly as the 2019 Golf R.
Okay.
No changes whatsoever. We're still waiting for Mark 8. Mark 8, I think, will hit 2021. Okay. Just want to touch before the super chats go away. Eric and Ben, thank you once again for those generous, very generous, very grateful $50 each. You guys are awesome.
Yeah, you guys. Thank you so
what else we got? The motor codes for the Subi Type RA are indeed different than the 2019 STI. Oh, thank you.
Oh, 2 in a row. Wow. Oh, my God.
What is that? BJKAUTZ. Thank you. I love you guys. He says, I love you guys. I'm a huge fan. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And
Matt Hallett. Dude, that's Matt, that's really awesome. We really appreciate it. That's really awesome.
Appreciate
Matt, thank you for that. That's $100. That's going to go to good use.
Oh my God.
And we're, like I said, it goes back to you guys.
Oh yeah.
It really goes back to you guys.
Everything goes right back into the channel. Everything.
And that's another thing. A lot of you saying, well, go get the GT350. I want to keep investing into the channel.
Yeah.
You know, that's what this is it.
That's important.
You know, and you guys are important.
We really want to grow this whole thing. We want to be able to travel and go out and meet you. It's so important.
I know. I mean, I got 3 people in Chicago right now that are dying for me to come out. One of them has this beautiful Roush Mustang.
Oh, man.
I mean, it is amazing. So we got a question: STI or Evo? Listen, that is the age-old question.
You could argue that one.
I really think whatever floats your boat. You know, I'll be honest. I've owned 4 different STIs. I wish I would have bought an Evo at least once.
You do. I know.
I almost bought one. Remember before I bought my 2015?
I remember.
I
remember. He almost buys every car. Sorry.
I love them all. They're all
great.
But whatever floats your boat. They're both great cars. They both have great personalities and everything else.
This is the Radies Ride family. Let's see. There's a few more questions here. Did you hear any word on when the 2020 STI will be announced? 2020
STI has not been officially announced, but do not expect any changes.
Okay.
I think, I know because of the S209, because of the Subaru Outback all new for 2020 and the Legacy all new for 2020, they're going to probably hold off for 2021. That's going to be my guess. And that's when the Golf R, I think, is going to hit again. I definitely want to thank, who was the gentleman that, Matt,
thank you.
Thank you. And Bike Aughts, thank you very much.
Oh, we just
Eric. Dude, that's so Eric's saying I'm doing a full Expo PPF wrap on my 2019 Mustang GT PP1. No more worrying about scratching.
Nice.
That beautiful. Yes, and
Velocity Blue is a great color.
Velocity Blue is a great color. And Eric, that is the direction that we're going in with the Type RA.
Mm-hmm.
So
good choice.
After the next Cars and Coffee event, we are going to be taking that down to get done.
Yeah, so, absolutely.
What other
takes time. Okay, so we've got a couple more up here. Storm Free finally found us. Yay.
Yes.
What was your first car?
Great question.
That is a great question.
This is one of the reasons why I want to do a vlog about my past.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what was my first car?
Yeah.
My first car, and I may have said this maybe somewhere, I don't know. My first car was a 1985 Pontiac Firebird. Wow. Loved that car.
How did you get your hands on that car?
That's a great question. So
Alva,
thank you. How many? I know you are numero uno. You are numero
Army Green Tacoma.
Yes. Army Green Tacoma is coming for 2020, and I will review that. A lot of people have been asking that. But my first car was a Pontiac Firebird. The way that I got it was, so back when I was 15, when we were, well, you're younger than I am, but when I was 15, no, more than that. But anyways, she's 28. Don't let her fool you. But anyways, not being silly. back when I was 15, back in the day, when I was 15, there weren't a lot of places that would hire. Listen, whatever. They were and play with tumbleweeds. But back when I was 15 years old, there wasn't a lot of people that were hiring 15-year-olds. Like, work at a grocery store in Florida, you had to be 16.
Well, now 15-year-olds don't want jobs.
Yeah, now 15s just want to play Fortnite. Yeah. But, and if you like Fortnite, nothing against you or anything, but 15.
Anyway.
All right, so when I turned 15, I knew I wanted to, I wanted to learn how to drive.
Right.
So I got my learner's permit and I got a job. I was working at Mickey D's. My first job was McDonald's.
Oh, bless your heart.
At the mall. Absolutely,
mall.
yes. Oh. Absolutely hated it. Back then, you had to wear a clip-on tie, a visor, and a cotton long-sleeve shirt.
It's much better today.
Yes.
So for anybody who's working at McDonald's, it's much better today.
Yeah, it is. It is. But for a 15-year-old, it just, I don't know.
Well, at the mall.
But it was money. Yeah. It was money. And just so you know, minimum wage was $3.75 an hour.
Ouch.
But guess what? Gas was only 79 cents a gallon. So what happened was I started saving my money. Before that, I would go to work with my dad. I would dump trash. I would pick up shop rags. I would change some oils here and there, rotate some tires.
Nice.
So I started saving for a car because I'm the oldest of 6 kids. I don't know if a lot of you know that. I'm the oldest of 6 kids. My parents didn't have bags of money where they're like, hey, we're going to buy your car when you turn 16.
Nope.
So I knew that I was going to buy it myself. And I knew I wanted a cool car.
Mm-hmm.
So working at McDonald's, when I turned 16, I quit. Now, before I quit, a month before my birthday, so my birthday's in May, a month before my birthday, I was able to buy this 1985 Firebird. Technically, I gave the money to my dad, and he went and bought it at an auction. It was beautiful. It was like a cherry red metallic.
Oh, beautiful.
T-tops.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
I didn't have a mullet, though. Maybe if I had a mullet, that would be
Are you sure
perfect.
you didn't have a mullet?
There was one time. But anyways, we'll forget about it.
Not
when I was 16.
Okay.
Anyways, I'm going to grow one now for you.
Can't wait.
Brady's rise mullet.
Oh, no.
But anyways, so I wound up getting the car, and here's the problem. The car, it was a manual, and you could only get the manual Firebird with the smaller V8. You couldn't get the big 350.
That's stupid.
I know. Pontiac, what's up with that?
I know, but I'm still
So what happened was, it was great at the time. It was carbureted too, which I didn't really like the carburation on that. I wanted fuel injection. So
I can't wait to tell them what my first car was.
Yes, I know, right?
It was also a Pontiac.
So it was meant to be.
I know, wasn't it?
But anyways, so yeah, no wonder, right?
Right? Wait, so my first car was a Pontiac Le Mans.
Le Mans.
It was also a manual transmission.
There you go. She knows how to drive stick shift like a champ.
Drive on a manual.
But anyway, so my friends started getting Fox body Mustangs as they got 16, and they were smoking me. And even I did some modifications, and I was still getting beat. And I was like, I got to get a Fox body Mustang.
Right.
So what happened was I started saving for a Fox body Mustang. This is 1992.
Oh, boy.
And I started saving for a Fox body Mustang, and I became friends. I was working at a grocery store. I became friends with this guy who worked at the grocery store who was also a car guy.
Okay.
One day when I was going to lunch, this guy, Tim, rolls up in a beautiful red Corvette, a 1985 Corvette. My jaw dropped. I was like, Tim, what are you doing in this car? Because he drove like a beat-up pickup truck every day.
Yeah.
He's like, this is my baby. I only drive it on the weekends. And I'm like, I love your car. Anyways, some time goes by, and then Tim comes up to me at work one day, and he says, hey, Joe, how much money you got saved up for your Mustang? Because he knew I was saving up for a Mustang because we'd always talk about cars. So I told him I had about $5,000 saved up. He goes, listen.
That's pretty good for a 16-year-old.
Well, now I was 17.
I'm impressed
I was 17.
That you had any money saved.
Yeah. I busted my ass. I was working 30 hours a week.
17 years old.
I just cursed. But anyways, whoops. Zonk. Zonked me on that. But anyways, so what happened was he came up to me and he goes, Joe, you give me your $5,000 and give me your Firebird, because I still had the Firebird at the time.
Okay.
I will give you the red Corvette.
Wow.
And I was like, are you for real? I thought I was really being like pranked, like punked. Remember that show Punked on MTV? But anyways.
Candid Camera?
Yeah, Candid Camera. But anyways, so he was getting divorced, and he didn't want his wife to get the Corvette because she said she wanted the Corvette. Thank you, Benton. Thank you. I'm still putting money aside. I'm still saving for that GT350. It's going to happen. Tracy at Walker Ford.
Still saving for the Mustang.
Tracy at Walker Ford knows it as well.
So, yes. Anyway.
It isn't. Well, it starts life as a Mustang.
It does start life as a Mustang.
But anyway, so here I was, 17 years old, driving a 1985 Corvette and it was mind blowing. So I actually that was my second car.
17 with a Corvette.
I mean, it was awesome.
So Dan's first car was a 78 Buick with a Pontiac motor. See, Rady's Rides family.
There you go. I like that.
Okay, so we had some questions back here. I'm going to scroll back up.
But anyways, Corvette C8, since we're on the topic of Corvette, I'm not digging it right now, but I will not give my full stamp of zonk or stamp of approval until I see it in person. I got to see it in person.
Yeah.
I was pissed off that they did not unveil, at least to the media, the camouflage one that they had driving around in Manhattan anyways.
I agree.
I was pissed.
If
you know your Corvette history, you would know back in 1953, Chevrolet unveiled the Corvette at a hotel, I think it was called the Astoria, in New York. So that would have made perfect sense to unveil the car in New York. But hey, that's car companies for you.
Well, that would have made perfect sense.
I'm a little frustrated.
Tell us more about how you feel about the C8 Corvette.
I know. Is that one of the questions?
Well, Gennaro,
you want me to lie down on a couch?
Yes. How do you feel? How does that make you feel? Gennaro is a new subscriber. Thank you, Gennaro.
Thank you, Gennaro, for joining the Rady's Rides family.
Do you think that Dodge will make a Charger Angel?
I don't know. That's a good question. What that's in reference to is that they had the Dodge Demon, which is the Challenger, pumped up in steroids, and then so they would call the Charger the Angel.
Huh.
It will be interesting to see. They obviously came out with the red-eye wide body of the Charger. My question is, and here's the thing, that Charger and that Challenger are starting to get a little old, long in the tooth, so to speak.
Yeah.
And the chassis that they ride on is actually older than that. What direction is Dodge going to go in with these two cars?
Right.
Because are they just going to keep widening the fenders to where they'll have the Dodge Challenger 2-lane? I mean, seriously, and I'm not trying to be a wise guy or anything, but listen, the wide body's hot. It's a sexy car.
It is.
But where do you go with it? Where do you go with it? So that's where I'm more curious.
Yeah.
Is where are they going to take this Challenger and this Charger? Because I don't know where they're going to take it. I really don't. It needs to go on a diet. I mean, it's incredible that the red eye, the Challenger red eye, is 4,300 pounds and has those crazy, quarter mile times, top speed. Could you imagine if that car weighed 800 pounds less?
Oh my God.
With the same power?
Totally. Yeah.
I mean,
blow you away.
Crazy. I see Joseph like my 2-lane. They have the 1320. Now, why not have the 2-lane? The 2-lane blacktop.
Oh my gosh, how many drinks? That's so funny. So Kara wants to know a good first car. Is a Toyota Camry XSE a good first car?
I say for sure.
Okay.
I think that it's a great first car because you're getting a lot of value for the money. And if you're going the manual route, it's a great way to learn.
She also asked about the Jeep Wrangler. So which would you?
Well,
those are very, very different.
You love the Jeep Wrangler too.
I do, but for a first car.
First car, I would say probably not.
Yeah.
I would say, go with the Camry. They're better on gas. They're obviously more reliable overall.
That's kind of what I was
thinking. It's just
your first car.
And I'm not here hating on Jeep. I love Jeep. I mean, she really wants one, but that's why I think it's better for her to go even that Sahara that I posted just the other day. I mean,
I'd love to have
crazy money,
car.
crazy.
A little out of my range.
What else we got?
Does your RA stop on a dime and give you change back?
That is a serious question. Yes.
Want to know.
I'm going to say that it definitely stops on a dime. I'm not sure about the change back. It does have 6-piston calipers.
Definitely no change.
It does have 6-piston Brembo calipers, and it does have the cross-drilled and ventilated rotors.
Yep.
But, size of the rotor.
Oh, we're being serious.
I'm being serious.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm being 100% serious.
Okay.
I don't think I say it stops on a dime, but I don't think it gives change.
Okay.
And the reason why I am saying that is because I think there's a lot of other cars, like you look at the GT350.
Yep.
We're talking about over 15-inch rotor.
Oh.
The rotors on the STI Type RA are not that large.
How big are they?
They're like 13.6 inches.
Okay.
So that's where the change part.
Okay.
Like you'll see. Today I did that AMG, that sedan. The carbon ceramic brakes are the size of pizzas. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh
whoa,
my God.
Benji, you're really nice, man.
Oh, that's
he says two things. Number one, this $20 is towards Lori's Raptor Fund. And number two, I dare you to grow out a mullet.
No!
If you do and keep it for at least 6 months, I will tattoo Zonk on my upper arm.
No, Benji, no.
I'm not doing that. That's not happening.
But thank you so much for the Raptor Fund. You're way too sweet.
Benji, you're very sweet. Benji's a great guy. He works at Walker Ford.
He'll be at the celebration
Yep.
on
Tracy,
the 10th.
of course, will be at the
August
celebration.
10th. You guys, some of you guys are just tuning in. Please.
We got people coming from Key West.
Wow.
I even think somebody's coming from Georgia.
Oh, that's awesome.
But remember, we're not forgetting about you guys. We are going to broadcast live, and this time we're going to try to show more of the show.
Yeah,
we have such a great variety of cars, and what's cool is we get these local car clubs. There was a Mustang car club that showed up, a Focus and Fiesta ST car club that showed up. I'm going to obviously push for some local Subaru clubs.
Yeah,
I know Tampa Subaru Group. I'm hoping some members will show up for the Rady's Rise celebration. So it's going to be a really, really good time. What's the best American cargo van?
Are you up on your cargo van knowledge?
You know what? I would say Ford. I would go with a Ford Transit.
100%.
The Ford Transit, especially with the EcoBoost motor, they haul.
They do.
They really do haul the mail.
They do. Oh, Lily J, when is the giveaway? Well.
The GoPro giveaway. The GoPro giveaway happens when we hit 100,000 subscribers. So the way it's going to work is I am going to go live, not as soon as I hit 100K, but the day that I hit 100K, we're going live.
Yeah.
And I got a nice little notebook that I wrote everybody's entries down. We're going to see who are the 5 closest people, the people who are the closest to the date that we hit 100K. Those 5 people will be the 5 lucky ones
that
win the GoPro session.
Yeah, that's it.
I think that's as easy as I can make it. I will do something extra special. If somebody picks the actual date, we will do something a little extra special for them.
Okay.
If it's the actual, but that's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
If it's the exact date.
Yeah.
But I think that's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting to see how it pans out.
I'm excited. I can't wait. Let's see. Is the EcoBoost Mustang faster than a Mustang GT?
No. EcoBoost Mustang, Ford would have to be insane to make the EcoBoost faster than the Mustang GT. What's interesting, though, is that the Mustang EcoBoost is very quick. Sub 5 second quarter, 5 second quarter mile. Sub 5 seconds, 0 to 60 is pretty damn quick to me.
So would you choose between a Hyundai G70 and a Mercedes E-Class? Kentrell wants to know.
I'm gonna, you know what? I've been driving a lot of Mercedes lately over at Crown.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna probably go with the Genesis.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna go with the G70. I think for bang for the buck, and I like the way it drives.
Yeah.
And you're saving so much money. And Mercedes,
well, that matters.
They're great cars. They depreciate like lead bricks. They really do.
Really?
They really do.
I'm surprised by
They
that.
really do. Same with BMWs and stuff. It's really surprising.
2020 Tahoe.
2020 Tahoe, get ready. We will be bringing that to you from the LA Auto Show. I don't think any of them will hit the dealerships before November. So if they do, I will be on it. I kind of like the direction that they're going in. I think that finally it needed to be updated. You know, we'll see what happens with also the 2020 heavy duties. I'm going to get my hands on the Silverado 2500, the Sierra 2500. I just did a review today, the world's first ever carbon fiber bed on a truck.
Wow.
Yeah, carbon fiber bed.
Wow.
That's the GMC Sierra Denali Carbon Pro. So get ready for that.
Mazda 6 over Accord and Camry ? From Richard.
You know what? I love the interior of the Mazda 6. I think Mazda's doing a damn good job on their interiors.
Agreed.
Especially the Mazda 3, the new Mazda 3. When it comes to power, if we're looking at the Accord Sport with the 2-liter engine, I think that would be, if you want performance, that would be the way to go. I personally think that the Camry, it's a great car. I don't love the looks.
Okay.
that's where they lose me a little bit.
Yeah.
I would like to see though the Mazda 6 redesigned on the exterior for sure.
This is a question I know you'll like. Real Real Madrid fan. I just lost it. Should I wait for the C8 Corvette or buy the 2019 C7 Grand Sport? And he's looking at $56K for this.
Well, if you're wondering from a price standpoint, obviously the longer you hold out, the better price you're going to get. I personally, if I was going to buy a Corvette right now, well, if I was wanting a Corvette right now,
okay.
Obviously, if I'm going to buy right now, I have one choice, C7.
Right.
I would get a C7. I mean, to have the last year of a front-engine Corvette, period, and I think the Grand Sport is a sexy car. I think it's a great balanced car.
Yeah.
And I would say for 56 grand, that's a good deal. If you hold out, you might be able to get a better deal. I wouldn't want to be the person that buys the first year of the C8 Corvette. I have a feeling there's going to be some teething problems. Don't ask me how I know these things, but I just feel like there's going to be some, yes, my Rady sense.
Your Rady sense.
Yes.
Here's a good question. Since you took a risk with opening up your channel, any advice for somebody who wants to take a risk of leaving their current job and starting a business? I can actually talk about that too.
Do you want to go first?
Well, I've owned a couple businesses now. I owned a yoga studio, and I was an entrepreneur as a financial advisor for a couple of years. One of the things that I've advised, and I coach actually,
she's a corporate
small
coach,
business coaches right now. And one of the things I advise that I think is really unique today is that you could start the business while you're still working. So if you have the opportunity to hustle on the side and build up what you're working on while you still have a job,
that's the best way to do it.
That's really the best way to do it if you can.
Yeah.
If you absolutely can. But other than that, it's whatever you're passionate about. If you're passionate about it, you're gonna find a way to make it work.
Listen, there's certain times in life, and get ready because I am gonna be putting a vlog together about this whole decision to do Rady's Rides full time. There's gonna be certain times in your life where you need to decide what you really want. And if you're in a bad place and you're working somewhere and you're hating it every single day, maybe it's worth the risk to try something new, and you just never know. If you don't take the risk, then you'll never know what the reward may be.
Yeah.
And that's the interesting thing. And trust me, I'm so glad that I finally listened to Lori, started the channel. It couldn't have happened at a better time because one thing a lot of you guys maybe aren't fully aware of, the school that I taught at for 17 years got shut down.
And that changed a lot when it came to Joe's career path, and much changed after that. And the interesting thing is,
I love teaching.
When he started the channel, it was more of a creative outlet.
Yeah, it was fun. We were going to car shows. Tom and I, we were having a good time.
It was
we were filming with my phone, for God's sake.
It was never intended to be the next career for Joe. But what happened is you guys, and there's so many folks, did what I knew would happen because he's so engaging to listen to, and he knows so much. Nicholas,
thank you, Nicholas. Thank you. Yes.
There's a rivalry between the GT350 fund and the Raptor fund.
I might get the GT. We might be able to get the GT350 sooner.
We might.
Yeah.
We've got plenty more questions coming in. Okay, so we actually had some questions a little bit ago. Your opinion on the BMW M8?
M8. It's fast.
Okay.
It's luxurious. If I had the money to buy one, would I buy one? No, I would get something else. I feel like the M8 it's a large vehicle, but it's fast. The car is fast, no doubt about it. I mean, it's got as much power as a McLaren 720, I believe. So, I mean, if you want a fast performance car like that, a GT touring style car, that's a fast car. But if I had the money, it would not go on that car. And hopefully soon I will be reviewing an M8. We did do the M850i X-Drive. So hopefully soon I'll be doing the M8.
Yes. Well, good. So a couple more questions that came in.
I like the way you're keeping track.
Yes. Thank you. The Infiniti Q60 Coupe RS. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it needs to be changed up. Okay. I think that car, they've been pumping it out, and it's a nice car. It's pretty to look at. It's got some performance. I'm a little hung up on some of the stuff going on the infotainment side of things in there with the screens, the way they're set up. But I will be doing a review soon from some Infiniti dealerships. So definitely stay tuned for that. And I definitely have more Lexus items coming.
Well, and I'll come back to this other question
Sure.
because I know Joe would probably really like this question. But Brandon wants to know, what's your take on the Civic Type R as a daily driver?
You know what? I use it as a daily driver. The problem is in my neck of the woods, there's not many twisty roads to really enjoy the Type R.
Right.
Type R I felt was very comfortable. Even with the higher bolstering, it's actually not too bad. You're going to have to be a little careful with those 20-inch wheels because the 30 series tires, the sidewall is so short on it. It's like a rubber band wrapped around the 20-inch wheel.
Wow.
The chance of denting the wheel on a pothole or even like a manhole cover that's been kind of like sunk down in the road, you're running a great risk and there's no spare. So just some things to be mindful of.
Yeah.
You know, but from a comfortable standpoint, the car's super smooth. It's super quiet. It's sort of some of the reasons why I wanted to get rid of it.
So here's a question that came in. A vehicle that can haul 9 people around.
9 people.
Your recommendation. I'm going to point at
a bus.
Does the Telluride fit 9 people?
No.
Okay,
Telluride will fit. A Telluride will fit. You can get an option to fit 8.
Oh gosh, I guess that 9th person.
Well, here, let's keep it simple. 8 people. We'll keep it at 8. I would go Telluride. I really think for value, bang for buck, or the Palisade, which I will see the Palisade fully in depth tomorrow.
Yeah,
I would say that would be
soon.
Yeah. Oh hell yeah! I'm gonna get that up this weekend. So I would say Telluride or Palisade. Make that 9th person walk or something, I guess. Or meet you there. They can Uber.
Stay home. They can Uber.
Yeah.
Sounds great. So how do you feel about brands putting their performance badges on almost everything? Like the N.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't get it. These companies have spent millions upon millions of dollars building these performance brands. Nismo, TRD. I mean, the list goes on, and now they're just slapping it everywhere. I understand they're trying to, make some money there, but I think it's diluting their performance brand overall. And for the layman, they're getting confused. They see a GTN line,
it's so
Elantra GTN line. They think it's an N, and it's not. So I don't like the way that manufacturers are doing that, and I wish they would come up with a more creative way to sell vehicles.
Well, and I just want to point out the time. So
she is the timekeeper.
It is 9:22.
We always say we're going to keep this to a certain time length.
But see, I know Joe will not end.
I will not end until that super chat.
Until the super chat disappears.
Yes, and right now we still have an awesome super chat from Matt. Hallett, thank you, Matt. You are awesome.
So I'm going to say this is going to wrap up in about 7 minutes.
Well,
at
as long as Matt's super chat.
So get your Chris.
Thank you.
I knew you guys were going to do that. So that's why I'm giving you your time now.
Just to give you an idea.
We're going to try to wrap up at 9:30.
Just to give you an idea, the two of us do wake up at 5:40. So a.m., 5:40 a.m. So yes,
Eastern Standard Time.
Benji, you're awesome. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yes, and Benji is right. The Ford Transit 250 can carry up to 18 people. Wow. So
ask Tracy at Walker Farm. Just give her a call.
Ben, thank you, Chris.
Oh, Chris, I got a Mazda 3 as well.
Yes,
I love it.
There you go. So awesome.
Yeah, I got a 2018.
Yes, so thank you, Ben and Chris.
Question from Chris: Would you choose for a next car a Golf or a Mustang?
That's a tough.
That's like.
If you're talking Golf GTI, then yes, you're going to get some performance.
But see, he's a Mazda 3 driver now, so I'm thinking Golf.
But does he want to just throw that all to the side and just go Mustang?
He loves the hatch.
You know what? We have let me give you a little input real quick, Chris. We do have a family member, Rady's Rides family member here on the channel, not our family member, but Rady's Rides family member. Her name is Jeanette.
Yes.
She bought an EcoBoost Mustang.
Oh, yes.
She loved it. But driving it every day, it just wasn't the car for her.
Daily driving got
She's now driving a GTI.
And she loves the GTI.
And she loves the GTI.
She's had that GTI now for like a couple months.
Yeah, about 4 or 5 months. Yeah.
Months now, yeah.
So it really depends. If you're loving the versatility of a hatchback, but you want some more performance, then I would say go the GTI. But if you're like, the hell with this, I want something more high performance, you like the classic looks of that Mustang on the new Mustang, then I would go that. Then I would go that. Yes. Yeah. Jeanette loves her GTI.
Yeah.
Frank, her husband, has a
and they also have a Mustang.
Yes,
so
Mustang GT.
They have all those
there he is. Yes, Frank loves his STI.
Yes. Here's a good question. Do you think Mazda's focusing too much on luxury instead of the sportiness that they had in the 2000s?
Well,
Mr. Anti-Ant wants to know.
Mr. Anti-Ant, good question. And I was just at a Mazda dealership just the other day talking to some of the people there that work there. I think Mazda's doing a hell of a job trying to create a luxury brand within their own brand.
Yeah.
It's not like they're coming out with some other brand and going to make that luxurious. They're making their Mazda vehicles from the CX-3 all the way up to the CX-9 more luxurious.
Yeah.
What I can promise you, though, is from driving all these different Mazda models, it still has that wonderful driving engagement. Now, I am with you. I wish they would have kept the whole zoom thing.
It was so great.
I feel like some of these Japanese brands like Subaru and like Mazda, they want to be more grown up.
But yet they're to be grown up.
Yeah, being grown up sucks. It's like I want to have fun.
Yeah,
forever young.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyways, I still think that they're focused on the driving aspect. It's just I know what you're probably getting at. Will we see a Mazda Speed 3? Yeah. Will we see a new Mazda RX-7?
Yeah.
Mazda, if you're watching, I hope and I pray that is going to happen because it needs to happen, especially for us enthusiasts. Those are the cars that drive not only our bodies, but also our souls. And that's what's important.
And what's your opinion on the CX-9? Do you think it's worth the money?
CX-9, I think, is a great deal. I actually have a video coming up where I'm comparing a fully loaded CX-5 Signature Series with all-wheel drive. It retails for about $38,000 MSRP. I compare that to a CX-9 that is a touring trim level. Okay. That's the same exact price. It's actually only like $15 more, but you don't have the all-wheel drive. You don't have the tech. So make sure to watch that one. I think the CX-9 is great.
When should Sandy tune in for that? When do you expect to have that one up?
The
next couple days?
Yeah, probably Sunday. I'm going to shoot for Sunday or Monday, Sandy. Okay. So please stay tuned. I'm going to work my butt off because remember, besides Tom, O'Neill, or Lori working the camera, I do the editing. I do the social media posts. I do the comments.
That's a lot.
I do the logistics of scheduling.
Oh my God.
So
not to mention your own bookkeeping.
Yeah, but my bookkeeping, yes. So I will get those up as soon as I possibly can. Definitely by next week for sure. RS3 for me. Hey, buddy. I was actually talking about you. RS3 for me is the gentleman in Chicago who wants me to come out and do a review of his amazing Roush Stage 3 Mustang. So that's what we're trying to do with Patreon. We're trying and doing these super chats. We're trying to raise funds to be able to go to you guys and do the filming of your cars. How cool is that to share the Radies Rice family members' cars?
We've got the IMAXer tuning in from Trinidad. How cool is that?
That's awesome.
People from all over the world tuning in.
India.
That's
it's so awesome.
Hi from India. That's so cool. All right, so we have some more questions coming in up here. Let me scroll up one moment.
And still, we have that super chat up there. So
we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Okay.
You guys are awesome. We love you guys.
Gosh. Well,
we've been doing a good job answering questions.
We've been doing a good job. Remember, if you want your question,
thank you, Dustin. Thank you
so much. If you want your question to the top, send a super chat over. But we are going to be wrapping it up in a couple minutes. So as soon as this super chat fades, we're going to be wrapping that up. So
RST Tahoe review. Yes, we are going to be. I'm going to be getting that Tahoe together, especially once the 2020s hit. 2020s are not there. Chris, thank you. One more. We love you guys too. we are like Lori's working on the Zonk shirts.
Yes, I gotta go work on those right now.
Is that where you're going? She's gonna go work on the Zonk shirts right now. I hope you're coming back. All right. But she's been doing a great job working on the Zonk shirts. We're working on bumper stickers. We even have, for those who are able to make it to the Rady's Rides celebration, we have Rady's Rides wristbands that we're going to be handing out that actually say beware the Zonk on the wristbands. So stay tuned for that. It's really cool how you guys have really gravitated towards the channel and towards me zonking things. Here's a fun little story just to tell you real quick until Lori gets back. I actually had a dealership tell me that they do not want me to do any reviews of their cars because they only want me to say positive things. And that to me, I can't promise that.
Yeah.
The general manager wanted me to promise that I would only say positive things. And
that's not what we're here to do.
And that's the thing is, I told him I can't.
You gotta keep it real.
I said,
no car is perfect.
I said my fans expect the realness. They want to know what is not good about a car. Because remember, there's no perfect car. Yeah. Even that Type RA out there. Listen, I wish it had more horsepower. Zonk on that. That's my own Type RA I just bought. I wish that those large fake vents had a little bit more functionality to them. There's another Zonk. That's my own car sitting out there.
Yeah.
So, of course, I have to keep it real. And I thanked him for his time, and we just move on from there.
And this is what, some people just don't get it.
Stuff came in at the bottom.
Okay, let's see here. What just came in at the bottom? I don't see. Hold on. One moment, everyone. Yes. I'm going to scroll. So we might be really close. And
Civic SI or Veloster R-Spec?
Good question.
Great question. The one thing I don't like that actually turned me off on my Type R was the rev hang. The rev hang, and if you don't know what that is, rev hang is when you shift from one gear to the other, whether it's upshift or downshift, the tack holds at the RPM for a certain amount of time, and then it drops. It's not instantaneous like it should be. I actually enjoyed driving that Veloster R-Spec. It was a ton of fun, and for the money, I think that it's a good deal. The SI, like I said, yeah, it's a Honda. Yeah, it's got great reliability and whatnot, but I don't know. You see so many of them, and plus that rev hang is just a pain in the butt.
Well, this is a really nice comment from Based Gods Nads,
nice.
Which I really like.
Oh, that's an interesting.
They went and test drove a 370Z partly because of your reviews. Ended up coming home with it. Everything you said about the car was true, and they really appreciate.
Well, thank you, and that's amazing for you guys to say because I get a lot of emails, I get a lot of messages on Facebook or Instagram telling me that I've helped out with your purchase. And I love it when you guys send me a picture
it's so awesome.
After you buy it. It's really cool. And I never thought in a million years that I would be doing something like this and that I would have this kind of impact on people, not only in their car purchases, but also with their lives. We've had people reach out. I had a father reach out to me, told me that because of the channel and because of our daily uploads, his son who suffers from autism, actually him and his son can communicate a little bit better while they're watching Rady's Rides, which that to me is just mind-blowing.
That is mind-blowing.
What do we got?
Question from Mr. Anti-Ant. What do you think about Chrysler? What can they do with their cars to get rid of the unreliability plague that they're known for? That's a good. I don't know if you can fix Chrysler.
That's a tough question.
Yeah.
I think what we need to do is we need to resurrect, Lee Iacocca.
Yeah. Okay.
Who unfortunately just passed away. He's 91 years old. He's basically the father of the Mustang. He was the guy behind the Mustang and everything. Dodge Viper, the minivan.
You showed me after he passed away.
Lee
you showed me
Iacocca.
some of his old commercials from the 60s.
Yeah.
It was a great commercial.
We need Lee Iacocca back. That's who we need over in Chrysler to turn it around. They're just, I don't know, man. They're it's almost like they're lost or something. Will
there be a 2020 SRT Durango?
I don't know yet. I'll be honest with you. When we went to both,
Sandy's a good question.
We went to both the Detroit Auto Show and the New York Auto Show. The Dodge displays were a letdown.
Yeah,
they really were. They really were. It's like, where were these new exciting things coming? Yeah, they had the Hellcat Red Eye, but where's the other stuff?
Yeah,
and that's what's frustrating me with Dodge. So we'll see if the SRT Durango is going to be a thing. It'll definitely be at the LA Auto Show for sure. One SUV I am looking forward to, and I think you're looking forward to at least seeing it. I know you probably don't want to buy it or anything, but the CX-30, the Mazda CX-30.
Oh yeah, I want to see it.
I think the new Mazda CX-30, it slots in between the CX-3 and the CX-5. I have no idea why they call it the CX-30.
So weird.
Why wouldn't you just call it the CX-4?
It doesn't make any sense.
CX 3.5.
Like what were they thinking?
CX 3.5. I mean, I don't know what they were thinking of. And I love Mazda, don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah.
But that's just like really cuckoo what the hell they were doing with that.
Okay, so another question. Forester XT or Outback XT? I didn't know they made XTs for Outback.
2020. Oh. Remember?
Oh,
yes.
Wow.
I would actually go Outback. I like how the Outback drives. I like how the Outback is a wagon. It's like you want the space, but you're not going to go and buy an SUV. So you're going to get something like the Outback, which is a wagon. And I think for 2020, it's a great looking car. And it has a lot of great features. Forester's still great as well, but you can't get a Forester XT anymore. They're gone. No turbocharged Forester.
That
you get a Forester Sport.
Sad.
I know, it's dumb decisions. I don't get it.
So what classic car? If you could pick a classic car to review, what classic car would you want to
Classic car to review. It would probably be, and I've reviewed some classic cars. It's interesting because, on Rady's Rides since October 2017, we have about 730 videos on YouTube. 730 videos because we do at least one a day.
Hardest working man on YouTube.
Thank you. And we have had different muscle cars and classic cars, classic Corvettes. I've had Boss 302s, Roadrunner. I think if I'm going to do classic, it would have to be a Corvette. I would probably say like a 1959 Fuelie, 1960 Fuelie Corvette. I really like the C1 generation, especially as it was transitioning into C2. I also love Camaros and Mustangs. I mean, I love them all. GTO, wouldn't mind a 1970 GTO.
Let's just line them up.
I mean, I really love them all. That's the thing.
I know.
Makes my job easy.
I know it does. Would you buy a Kia Stinger?
I would buy that new Kia Stinger GTS. That thing's pretty badass.
Okay.
So they have a special edition Kia Stinger just unveiled at the New York Auto Show, the GTS. It has a very sophisticated all-wheel drive system, something similar to the Ford Focus RS. I think it's a great buy. I think that for bang for buck, if you're not hung up on the fancy names, you don't need a label. You don't need BMW or Mercedes-Benz. If you want a car that gives you a lot of bang for the buck, I mean, Kia is changing the game.
Yeah, I think it's really pretty.
It is.
And I really like how it looks in that sort of gray, sort of like, it's like watercolor.
Nardo, it's like a Nardo gray, I think it's called, or something like that, yeah.
Is the 2-liter good in the Civic Sport? What's your opinion on that?
You know what? I had the Civic Sport sedan for a week as a press fleet vehicle. I enjoyed it.
Is it too underpowered, actually, Charlie?
I don't think so. If you're using the car for its purpose, I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised at least with the manual. I can't speak about the automatic. With the manual, it really wasn't that bad. It was quite peppy. And the Sport, when you're taking it through some twisty bits, it handles really, really well. What I didn't love with this was the seat. The seat was kind of, the bottom portion was a little too flat. I didn't like the way it was. It kind of actually hurt my lower back, to be honest with you.
Oh, that's not good at all.
But power, I actually was enjoying driving it. It was a fun little car to drive, to be honest with
you. So what would you buy that rivals the Civic Sport?
You would have to go, the other option would be Corolla. Corolla.
Yeah.
I think I would go Honda, though.
You think so?
Yeah, because I like the Honda infotainment system better.
Okay.
Even though I don't love the Honda infotainment system, I like it better than
the Corolla.
Yeah, the Corolla just had the iPad style is just like smacked.
Yeah, I remember.
It's just like.
Yeah, but the Corolla was pretty sporty.
It was sporty. It's a tough choice. It really just comes down to what floats your boat.
Yeah, I mean,
get in and drive the car.
It's a feeling. You gotta
I'll tell you one thing though. Between the Sport and the XSE hatchback, greater feedback in the steering wheel from the Honda.
Okay.
Honda had greater feedback.
Okay.
Corolla, I think on the inside was just a little fancier.
Yeah, it was a little
places.
nicer. I remember I liked that a little bit better than the Corolla. Okay. What are your thoughts on the 30T Audi A6? Am I saying that right?
It's 3. Yeah, it's
3.0T.
Yeah, 3 liter turbo.
Oh,
you're fine. It's finally fine.
3-liter turbo.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
You're totally good. Great. I mean, I love Audis. Audi's a great brand. I think the A6 is a very nice car, and the 3-liter turbo is a great engine. It gives you a good balance between good low down grunt, and you have some power there to keep you going. So my only problem with Audi is it'd be nice if they had a manual you could choose from.
They don't have a manual anymore?
Not here in the United States.
Wow.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I know. It's sad. Save the manuals.
I know,
Hashtag
right?
save the manuals.
All right, so we're winding down on questions.
We still have 136
here.
people watching.
Yes, but we're winding down on questions, honey.
Okay.
And we have to get up. It's 9:40.
I know, but what are we going to do about these super chats here?
Well, we may have to end the feed.
Okay, here's a great question. What would you like to review?
What would I like to review if I could review anything in the world? Oh my god!
Are we talking about cars? I hope.
I know. Right? Oh my god! See, this is going to be hard for me. Probably an Audi, the TTRS.
Lori really likes that Audi TTRS.
But I want to review it on an open road, where I could just get on the loud pedal and let it rip.
Yeah, that would be nice. You love that green one at the New York Auto Show. Yeah, that was really, really.
Yeah. So that's what I would go for. I can. Raul wants to know, can I drive a manual? Yeah, Raul, I can. And
she drives a manual like a champ. I'll never forget when we first met. After some discussion, obviously, it wasn't like we first met. She's like, I could drive a manual. When she told me she could drive a manual, I was like, yeah, I've had other women tell me that they could drive manuals. I'll never forget. So what happened was I put an order in. My 2015 STI, I actually ordered specific to what I wanted.
And this was like years after I think we had been together for
of course. Yeah. So we went down to the dealership to check out like where it was in transit, and Lori was curious about the WRX. So she asked the salesman. I asked the salesman if we could take one for a spin. So he just threw us the keys. Great guy, Carl, threw us the keys. And she took me down this little twisty road where we live. And I was laughing and slapping my leg as hard as I could because I could not believe how she was rowing through those gears like a champ.
Yeah.
So, yes, she really can row through those gears like no
I learned how to drive a car. My very first car was a manual transmission. I wanted to learn how to drive a car on a manual transmission because I knew that if I didn't learn how to drive a manual transmission,
you'd be screwed.
I was just going to get sucked into the automatic world like everybody else. Now, right now, I have a Mazda 3. I don't have my Focus ST anymore. I commute, and it was not good for my back. Just every day.
Well, the hips, those Recaro seats were
the hips and the way. Yeah, it wasn't working for me long term to commute, and that's the thing. And I think everybody who commutes can agree. It's like you have to have maybe not your dream car when you commute every single day in traffic. It's just not it's not easy to do. Let's see what else.
Wait, so there was a question here. How many answers?
What else? Yeah, you got to read that one.
So we get a question. Besides cars, what else have I? Have I been on motorcycles or anything like that?
That's a great question.
I actually rode motorcycles for 14 years. So a little side story. A lot of you know that I used to race cars professionally. After I got done racing cars when the recession happened in the year 2000 and I hung up my helmet, one helmet that I wound up taking off the shelf was a motorcycle helmet. And I started riding sport bikes. So my first bike was a 2001 Honda CBR 600 F4i. I was a Honda guy for a long time. So I got a 2003 600RR. I had a 2004 CBR 1000RR. I had a 2005 RC51, a 2006 CBR 1000RR. So as you can imagine, I had quite a few motorcycles. Eventually,
Indeed.
I wound up getting my dream bike. I had a Ducati Panigale 1199 when they first came out in 2012. And then in 2014, I had an accident. A guy ran a stop sign and struck I was on a BMW S1000RR, and Lori unfortunately had to get that call from the Florida Highway Patrol letting her know that we were dating at the time, that her boyfriend was involved in a motorcycle accident and was taken to the emergency room. So that
was a turning point.
Yeah, that made me say, you know what? As much as I love bikes, and I thought I was that person, I was like, if I ever get in an accident, whatever, I'm getting back on a bike. I couldn't get back on a bike for many different reasons. Especially, I never would want to do that to her again, to have that call. But the great news is guess what? If I would have stayed on bikes, I probably would have never started Rady's Rides, because I got back into cars after being away for so long and had a couple years to get the ball rolling again. I got my 2015 STI, and then in 2017 is when I started Rady's Rides.
Yeah, I mean, it's just,
and the rest is history.
It's just really interesting when you think about how these things all ebb and flow. Like, we could have never, if I had told Joe when we first started dating, oh, by the way, you're going to be really into cars and have a YouTube channel and all this other stuff, he would have been like, no, I'm focusing on bikes right now. I still love cars, but it's just really, really cool.
Mel Chan's Adventures. Mel Chan's Adventures, the giveaway happens as soon as we hit 100,000 subscribers. So the day that we hit 100,000 subscribers is when I will announce the 5 winners.
Really funny question from Leon. So I don't know if you know the answer to this, but you wake up tomorrow and you find a basket of kids on your front door, and now you need a minivan. Which one?
You know, that's a really good question. I hope that I don't ever run into that problem.
Yeah, please. Please no.
Yeah. A basket of money. I thought you were going to say a basket of money.
I was thinking like a basket of puppies. Like, I would be happy with puppies.
Yes, puppies are great. Yes. Yeah. I would actually, it would be a close tie between the Honda Odyssey Elite that I did and a Chrysler Pacifica. The Chryslers, that's one thing that Chrysler does really well, are their minivans. And I actually am going to be doing a review of one. So stay tuned. I never thought I would review minivans, but you guys have asked for it. And I really want the channel to be about you. Yeah. That's one thing. I know a lot of you want to know more about us, and you're going to get more about us. I promise you that. But really, it's about what you guys want and all that good stuff. So that's really, I would probably go Honda Odyssey Elite.
Okay, now you have less children in your basket, because everybody wants to know what's your pick for SUV.
SUV, right now I'm loving the Mazda CX-5.
Okay.
After driving that Signature Series with the all-wheel drive, and I got on it a little bit, it's a nice SUV.
It's a nice SUV.
I like the inside. I like the way it handles. The acceleration is great. 250 horsepower, inline 4 turbocharged engine, all-wheel drive. You can't beat that.
Well,
you really can't.
And I know there's a few more questions coming in here, but I also wanted to just talk to you a little bit about this Corvette, because we really haven't talked that much about it.
Okay.
So, you took a look at the pictures, some of the reveals. I jotted down a couple things.
Sure.
This is the first time since 1996 that the quad exhaust tips are at the corners of the bumper than the center. What do you think about that?
You know what? I can live with that. I can live with that, because you know what? It's okay to go from center back out to the sides. And to be honest with you, I'm more used to the way it used to be, where it was quad exhaust. I mean, my C4 Corvette was quad exhaust. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I'm okay with that.
How about all those sharp edges on the bumper?
I'm not really.
And the vents.
I'm not liking it. It looks too plasticky, if that's even a word.
It does look too plasticky.
And I don't like the shape of the tailpipes. I feel like the shape of the tailpipes are a little cuckoo.
Yeah. So.
And the rear wing.
Well, what's wrong with the rear wing? Too big?
I don't know. It looks like it's just there. It's not visually, it's not doing anything for me.
Yeah.
But like I said, I got to see it in person.
How about the tail lights? The tail lights, aren't they supposed to be?
They're supposed to be round technically, and they've moved even further away from that. To be honest with you, when I first saw the picture, I thought it was the back of a Camaro. I really thought it was the back of a Camaro. I was like, that's a Camaro. And then I was like, what? That's the Corvette? So, somebody likes your Apple Watch.
Oh, thank you.
And Mel, I'm sorry about the giveaway. April 18th was the last day to enter. It would be super unfair to the people who entered way back when, because you would have a great advantage. Of knowing when I was going to hit 100K.
That was the point, is that we really wanted to, look far away. So a couple of other questions that came in. Let's see. What do you think Subaru will do with the new STI that's supposed to be coming out?
Well, I think that some of the rumors that are coming out of New Jersey, where Subaru USA is based out of, I think you're going to see hybrid power. And what I mean by that is I think that the front wheels are going to be driven maybe by electric motors, and the rear wheels by a drive shaft. I really think that is the direction so many different car companies are going in. At first, I thought it was, something that wouldn't be fun to drive, but I have driven some of these other models that have all-wheel drive where they have the electric motors driving those front wheels. Thank you, Benji. Thank you.
Thanks, Benji.
Lori, would you want a V8 Raptor or do you like the EcoBoost the way it is?
I like the EcoBoost.
Yes, she likes the EcoBoost. She really does.
Yeah, I really like it.
She loves that thing.
It's a blast to drive. I was shocked at how it handles, because with such a giant vehicle, I just figured I'd be all over the road and I'd feel all this body roll and it just would be a nightmare. But I just love the way it handles. It feels amazing.
Yes, Jane, you're right. It does have more horsepower. But anyways, we got a good question talking about that hybrid.
Okay, we're wrapping it up in 10 minutes, guys.
10 minutes.
Regardless of what comes in, we're wrapping it up in 10 minutes.
It's going to be 10 o'clock. We love
wrapping
you guys.
It up in
we still got 144 people.
I know.
You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome.
Michael wants to know, dream car if money was not an issue.
If money was not an issue, it'd probably be a 1990 Ferrari F40 or a 1996 McLaren F1.
Okay.
I think those would be two cars that I would want to have.
Not the GT40? Uh-oh. See, now I just stressed him out.
I mean, I like the Ford GT and the older Ford GT40s, but listen, man, growing up when I did and seeing that Ferrari F40 for the first time and knowing that that's the last Ferrari that Enzo had any input on.
That's a special car.
But I had a question. Somebody had a great question about, will the price of the STI go up? I think Subaru has to be very, very careful to not price the STI out of the market. So it will go up, I'm sure, a little bit. But Subaru's been really good as of late. With their new models, they don't really go up a lot of money. One thing I do want to bring up, has anybody noticed that Honda has once again raised the price of the MSRP on a Civic Type R?
Wow, again?
Again. So you're looking at the car's about a little over $2,000 more than when I bought it back in 2017.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Do you like the Lexus LC500?
LC500 I love. Now here's the great news. Get ready for this. I can't believe when I heard I'm going to be eventually getting a media press fleet vehicle of the LC500. So I will have one to drive for a week.
Stay tuned for that.
Yeah, stay tuned for that. And that's one thing I want to let you know is through our hard work and people noticing us, we are now getting press fleet vehicles from Toyota, Lexus, Honda, Acura, Mitsubishi, Volvo, there's one more, and Kia. So far, 7 different manufacturers. Once a week for the past few weeks, I've been getting a press fleet vehicle so that I can drive more in depth. So I've gone from the Honda Civic Sport Sedan to the Acura MDX A-Spec to the Toyota Corolla hatchback, the XSE, to the Lexus RC350 F Sport. Then I had the Toyota 86, and now I have a Kia Soul GT line, which if you don't know what that is, the GT line actually has the same engine and transmission as the Elantra GT N line. So it's turbocharged, 201 horsepower, 7-speed dual clutch transmission. So interesting little car for sure. Stay tuned for that.
So your opinion on an RX-7 FD with LS? I think that's limited.
I'm not a big fan of the LS swaps and RX-7s.
Okay.
To me, I get it. I get why people do it. They're cool. And listen, when you do it right, yeah, it sounds good. It performs great. Would I do that to my RX-7? No. For me, an RX-7 is all about that rotary engine. I don't give a damn how much it costs to rebuild. If you're going to have that car, it kind of just comes with the territory. If you want to go the LS swap route, that's fine. It's your money, whatever. You're not going to see in my garage an LS swapped RX-7 unless somebody gives me one.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Well, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Wow, Puerto Rico. We got a lot of people from UK watching
all across the world. It's really amazing. You guys are amazing, and we love.
And I know we
love doing these Q&As.
And I know we do, and I know we talked about this a little early on in the video, but since we've been at it for 2 hours.
We've been doing this for 2 hours. An hour and 54 minutes.
So
you guys are gonna get me in trouble. I really feel like I'm gonna get in trouble.
A few more people want to know your opinion on what's going on with the Evo and Mitsubishi. What do you think is going to happen?
It's going to be fascinating. I think that they may be going that STI route. Like I said, there's rumors that they're coming out with that hybrid powertrain. I could see Mitsubishi maybe using the new Evo as some type of test bed where they make the car for us enthusiasts, but then they take that technology and that platform and make other vehicles from it. That could be the case. There was once upon a time where Mitsubishi made some of the most badass vehicles.
Yeah.
The Eclipse, the Starion, the Evo, the 3000 GT. I mean,
that was my dream car.
Amazing.
Well, so a couple folks, kudos to on the press fleet vehicles, and some definitely wanted to know if your video format will change once you have a press vehicle, but it hasn't changed at all.
It has not changed at all.
We've been already doing the press vehicles.
Yeah, we've done 5.
Well, you posted one tonight.
Yeah, if you watch the Toyota 86, that was a press fleet vehicle from Toyota.
What did you think of that car?
I actually enjoyed it. Yeah. It was a blast to drive. It was a blast, especially through the twisties. Oh my God, it was. Is it slow 0 to 60? Yeah, it's a little on the slower side, but you got to look at what the car is about. It's sort of like going to buy a base model, but you're expecting a fully loaded version. You're going to be let down. If you set your expectations properly, you won't get let down.
Well,
and that's the wonderful thing.
That's just good advice.
Keep your expectations low. Then you'll always win.
Twisty bits, that's right.
Twisty bits, yeah, you're damn right on that. I love the twisty bits.
Save the rotary.
Yes.
Oh wow, California's chiming in.
There was something somewhere I was going with. I did bring up a few weeks ago. We did have a questionnaire on the community page about if you wanted more B-roll.
Yes.
Believe it or not, it finished off pretty much dead even.
Yep.
So as of right now, I'm keeping the format exactly the same. I kind of feel like it's working for us. It's allowed the channel to grow from 0 to over 95,000 subscribers. I don't want to alienate you, and I want you to know that when you come to Rady's Rides, you're going to get the same great quality. I know some of you have voiced concern about camera as of late. I've been working with O'Neill. He's a new cameraman with Rady's Rides. Tom has been on vacation for a month. Tom went on this trip of a lifetime.
Lucky Tom.
Yeah, lucky
taking
Tom.
a vacation for a month.
Yes, yeah, lucky Tom going to Philippines for the month. So he will. Yeah, we all.
Yeah.
He will be back next week. So thank you for being patient with the camera.
Yes, he'll be back next week.
O'Neill is trying his hardest.
He's doing
he's just learning. So it's better than having no video footage.
Yes. Yes.
So that's one thing, but.
And here's a question coming in from D154490. Mrs. Rady's Rides coming up. Well, I am going to be doing some filming soon. We've talked about this.
We are going to be doing some. When I get I'm going to be getting a Mazda 3 all-wheel drive manual. Lori is going to be doing a review.
Joe will too, but I'm gonna do one as well.
Yes. So to definitely give you her perspective, because she's got some great input. And I'm a big
fan of the Mazda 3s.
She really is, and I think I love Mazda overall.
Yeah, I do love Mazda. All right, so why didn't you upgrade your wife's car instead? That's a really great question. Why didn't you?
Yeah, who is that? I feel like I got. Yeah, she wouldn't do. She knew. She wanted me to have this Type RA, and that's why somebody made a comment like, "Man, I wish I could have paid to see that discussion." There really was nothing to see.
I was like, you need to go drive the car.
Yeah.
That was the discussion.
Yeah,
you need to go drive that car because that's a special car.
Yeah.
All right, so we have 2 minutes, guys.
2 minutes
left. And
that will mean we have been live for 2 hours.
We're wrapping it up.
Yes.
So hopefully you got most of your questions answered. If not, we will be doing more live Q&As
yes,
soon.
we will be.
So how can they find out about these live Q&As?
The way that you can find out about these live Q&As is that we always, definitely, if you have Instagram, follow me on Instagram. That's probably, besides Facebook, that Instagram is actually my favorite.
He's on Instagram more.
The most, yeah, that's my favorite thing to post on.
Instagram, and then also the community page.
Also the community tab. Yeah,
YouTube.
go to Rady's Rides main page on YouTube. Hit that community tab. There's always information, pictures. I know a lot of you like our old school pictures that I've been putting up there from my past and whatnot. So stay tuned for more of those.
Yep. And if you didn't get your question answered, please remember that there's like 145 people in the chat with you. And if you want to make sure you get your question answered last time, all you have to do is super chat. It can be 99 cents. And you can super chat it, and we'll make sure we answer it for you.
And definitely everybody that contributed tonight, we appreciate it. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart.
Absolutely. It matters so much because this is such an amazing community, and we can't thank you guys enough for all of your support. So thank you so much for tuning in and asking all these great questions and having some fun with us tonight.
Listen,
from all over the world.
We can't do it without you. It is really amazing. It's humbling to be able to have your support and to be able to share my passion with you. I get to share it with my wife, and then she gets to share the passion with you as well. But you guys are on this ride with us, and we are going really big places, especially in the upcoming years. So 2020 is going to be mega.
And in the near future, stay tuned, August 10th.
August 10th.
The subscriber celebration. And stay tuned for that giveaway winner.
Yeah, who's it going to be?
We're already over 95,000
who's it going to be? So good night, guys. Have a safe day tomorrow, or if it is tomorrow, have a good day at work or what you're doing. But thank you, guys. We really appreciate everything. And like always,
we'll see you on the next ride.
See you guys.